Yo. So, what's going on, guys? Today, we're going to have to sit here and basically talk about what's going on in California right now. The protests that are basically within protesting against against the deportations. So, but I want you guys to hear what Bernie Sanders said. Bernie Sanders, Trump moving U.S. into authoritarianism after troops sent to L.A. So let's look into it. Okay, now, so you saw that. Washington. Progressive firebrand Senator Bernie Sanders said he believes Donald Trump is moving this country rapidly into authoritarianism after Trump deployed 2,000 National Guard troops to help quell immigration protests in Los Angeles. This guy wants all of the power. He does not believe in the Constitution. He does not believe in the rule of law. My understanding is that the government of California, the mayor of the city of Los Angeles, did not request the National Guard, but he thinks he has the right to do anything he wants. Sanders, a Vermont independent, told CNN Dana Bash on State of the Union. The protests has come as the Trump administration has taken stronger actions to arrest and deport undocumented immigrants. Demonstrators allege the administration immigration's enforcement has violated civil and human rights. You cannot make this up, not one bit. You cannot make this up, not one bit. They are literally talking about civil and human rights when these people are deporting human traffickers. Most of them are sex offenders, and even by federal law had deportation papers up under their name. But instead of them telling you that, they are basically trying to make it seem like that they are deporting innocent people when they not. These are the same, mind you, these are the same people that have soft on crime laws. They basically have soft on crime laws. Mind you, they also had a program called the Catch and Release Program, where they catch these illegal immigrants for committing crimes, and then they turn around and give them a slap on the wrist and release them back into the community. Not to mention, these are the same people, same local governors and mayors that literally blatantly told the federal courts and the president that they would not work with ICE at all, and they would prohibit local police officers from working with ICE. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said in a statement on June 7th that Trump signed a memo deploying the guardsmen to address the lawlessness that has been allowed to fester. And both California Democratic Governor Gavin Newsom and Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, however, have criticized the move, saying it will only escalate tensions in the area. I would say that to a large degree, the future of this country rests on a small number of Republicans in the House and Senate who know better, who do know that the Constitution is about what the Constitution is about. And it's a high time that they stood up for our Constitution and rule of law. Oklahoma Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin, meanwhile, defended the president's move to Bass, arguing that the situation is not under control. Department of Homeland Security said that some protesters have hurled large chunks of broken concrete at officers, slashed tires, and defaced buildings. Video footage of some of the protesters showed dozens of green uniformed security personnel with gas masks lined up in a road strewn with overturned shopping carts as small canisters imploded into gas clouds. The president has made it very clear, if the governor or the mayor of the city isn't willing to protect the citizens of his state or the city, then the president will. The American people elected him to restore law and order back to our streets. So you cannot make this up, not one bit. These people are going crazy over illegal immigrants. They are going crazy over illegal immigrants that have committed crimes, that are being deported as they should, and they're sitting there and they're making up stories about they're not following due process. Well, if they came up into the country illegally, what due process do they actually have? If they came here illegally and they didn't go through the process to gain citizenship. Again, you now see it with your own eyes. Who are the violent ones? Who are the violent ones? Who are the violent ones? Mainly Democrats and progressives. Mainly Democrats and progressives. In the meanwhile, let's talk about Kilmar Obregon Garcia's deportation spotlights. So, what's in the news about Kilmar Obregon Garcia is that he's being brought back to the United States, not because of his constitutional rights or his quote-unquote due process, but to be federally charged with human trafficking. So now, here goes another Democrat game that they want to play that has basically been thrown up in their face, been blowing up in their face. This is why they're not about Kilmar Breaker Garcia anymore. And this is just crazy to see that you see what half of the country is fighting for and what the other half of the country is fighting for. And it's funny. It is very much funny to see that there's people out there that don't want the restoration of law and order. There's people out there that's going to believe whatever it is that they believe, and that they have a right to turn around and go out. Not only they have a right to go out and protest, but they have a right to go further and commit acts of violence and vandalize and vandalism. And they expect not to be punished for it. Democrats say this is a peaceful protest, while he said mainstream liberal media would turn around and sit here and show you clips of people rioting, people setting cars on fire, but then still turn around and call it a peaceful protest. Now, mind you, remember back in 2021 when January 6th happened? You didn't hear Democrats sit here and say, well, some of them were protesting and some of them were rioting. No. Democrats chose to put all conservatives who protested on that day all in the same box. Meanwhile, the Democratic Party's polling is still at an all-time low. Time low. And a lot of people are saying that it's because they're not fighting Donald Trump hard enough. No, it's because you don't have a message. The only thing that you do have is to fight Donald Trump. That's the reason why y'all polling is so low, is because the only thing that you are thinking about is fighting Donald Trump. And people can now see through that. 100%. Do that 100%. The only message that you people have is to fight Donald Trump. Fight him every step of the way on everything that he does, even if it is good or even if it is bad. That's the only message that you have. And most people are not looking for that. And to be honest with you, you have now picked an overweight woman to now do studies on how they can get back the male voters. How do you turn around and pick a liberal overweight woman to basically help you get back male voters. And you think that you think that that's going to be a successful thing, that's going to be successful for you? You picked a woman. Not the fact that you picked a woman, but you picked a woman that is overweight, that is liberal as can be, as they come, to basically help y'all and oversee the study of how to get the male voters back. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. They are now spending millions of dollars to basically find a way to finesse getting male voters back on their side. When you have to do something like that, you know you lost big time. You know you lost big time. That you picked a woman to be the head, to be the forefront of that. A woman. You couldn't go out and pick a masculine man. You picked a woman who 9 times out of 10 probably don't know how men think, probably don't even understand how men view the world in the first place. Probably don't understand how men view the world in the first place. Why would you think that that's going to work on your behalf? Pick a masculine man that is on your side. But I guess y'all don't have those because you spent majority of your time emasculating them over the years. We've heard the word toxic masculinity for the past 4 to 5 years almost. Misogyny for the past 4 to 5 years. Men have been told that is toxic masculinity, and that everything that they do contains of toxic masculinity. Men have been told that if they don't agree with women, or they don't listen to women, then they're toxic. Then they're misogynistic. Men have been told that if they don't vote for Kamala, they are misogynistic. And now you are using a woman to turn around and try to study men. You have to study men. This is what they said. You have to study men in order to get men to vote for your party. If you have to stoop that doggone low, you've already lost. You've lost big time. Which is a wild thing, which is a thing that we now have to focus on, because they're starting to see men are starting to go and become conservative a little bit more than what they used to. And the women are the ones that are basically trying to remain, either they going far or are basically going to the far left. Over the years, you have allowed women to basically forefront, for some of them, forefront the hatred that they have And now all of a sudden you wonder why we're not voting for you guys again. Because you've literally demonized men to the point where they don't even feel like they belong to your political party anymore. Who's next? Is it going to be the women? No, I don't think it's going to be the women, because women are super soft, they're super liberal. Most of these women in today's society are. And guess what? I would not be surprised if the Democratic Party became a party full of nothing but women. I would not be surprised if you see 5 to 10 years from now, the Democratic Party has literally dropped all men and have became a political party for all women. That would not be a surprise thing, because I think they actually want that. They want an all women's political party. They want an all women's political party. But for those of you who are watching, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm about to give y'all another video later on down the line tonight. But for those of you who are watching, like, comment, and subscribe. And peace out.